Have you ever heard of a country where women confidently pedal around in business suits, while even dogs need to pass a behavior test? Welcome to Germany, one of the most rule-loving nations on Earth. But behind all the structure lies a wild landscape of beaches, fairy tale castles, a legendary beer culture, and German men's sit-down-to-pee culture. Today you'll understand why Germany isn't just a destination but an experience that challenges everything you think you know about modern civilization. Germany is a country where even hanging clothes on your balcony is subject to strict regulations. Roughly the size of Montana at about 137,847 square miles, Germany has a temperate climate with mild winters and cool, pleasant summers. But what surprises visitors isn't the weather, it's the concept of quiet hours. No lawn mowing, no drilling, and keep the music down on Sundays. These aren't just suggestions, they're enforceable rules that neighbors will report to police if violated. Home to about 83 million people, Germany is Europe's most populous nation. It has the largest economy, fourth largest worldwide, and is famous for engineering icons like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Porsche. The Autobahn adds to its reputation, with sections having no speed limits, attracting enthusiasts eager to test German cars. Surprisingly, accident rates remain low thanks to strict adherence to traffic laws. This rule-driven culture shapes an efficient and respectful society, influencing everything from daily routines to traditions like their unique approach to alcohol. Enjoyed the video? Before we continue, don't forget to ring the bell, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It truly helps me out, and I promise to bring you even more awesome content. In Germany, drinking beer instead of water at meals isn't weird or concerning. It's completely normal and socially expected. In southern regions like Bavaria, breakfast might include white sausages, a pretzel, and a chilled wheat beer before 10 a.m. At lunch or dinner, nobody asks if you want beer. They ask which type you prefer. With over 1,500 breweries and more than 7,000 different types of beer, Germany proudly calls itself the #1 beer paradise in the world. Germans consume about 95 to 100 liters of beer per person annually, with even higher consumption in southern regions. There's a popular saying that beer is cleaner than tap water, and this isn't just a joke. Thanks to the beer purity law of 1516, German beer can only contain water, barley, hops, and yeast. No additives, no chemicals, no artificial preservatives. At Oktoberfest, the world's biggest beer celebration, you'll find 6 million people clinking massive 1-liter mugs called Mass and shouting Prost. Here's a crucial cultural tip though. You must make eye contact when toasting or legend says you'll have 7 years of bad luck and love. In Germany, beer isn't just a beverage, it's cultural heritage and social bonding rolled into one frothy experience. But speaking of German men and their unique cultural practices, there's something that might shock visitors about German bathroom etiquette. A significant number of German men sit down to pee, even for quick bathroom stops. There's even a specific nickname for this practice, Sitzpinkler, meaning a guy who pees sitting down. Before you laugh, there's logical reasoning behind this cultural norm. Sitting helps reduce splashes, minimizes odors, and makes bathroom cleaning much easier, especially in shared homes or office environments. Some German establishments even install motion sensors or humorous signs encouraging this practice. The cultural shift isn't seen as unmanly or embarrassing. Instead, it's considered a sign of respect for shared spaces and cleanliness standards. This represents a broader German philosophy about consideration for others and maintaining clean, respectful environments. Many German men who travel internationally continue this practice because they've experienced the practical benefits. It's just another example of how German culture prioritizes collective well-being over individual ego. In 2004, at least one German company introduced a product called the WC Geist or Toilet Ghost, a device that plays recorded voices imitating former German chancellors, calling for people to sit while using toilets. Standing while urinating can actually result in fines in some locations. In early 2015, Germany buzzed with a strange lawsuit where a man sued his landlord for deducting his security deposit because standing urination allegedly damaged the marble bathroom floor with uric acid in his pee. Neuschwanstein Castle, perched dramatically in the Bavarian mountains about 75 miles from Munich, is the real-life fairy tale palace that inspired the famous Disney castle. Even though this castle looks medieval and ancient, it was actually built in the 19th century during the Industrial Age. King Ludwig II created this romantic masterpiece as his fantasy retreat, and now it attracts 1.5 million visitors annually from around the globe. Head to Partnach Gorge in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, and you'll discover a natural spectacle that stretches nearly 2,300 feet long with sheer cliffs and emerald waters that look almost supernatural. In winter, snow and ice transform this gorge into a frozen wonderland that photographers travel thousands of miles to capture. The contrast between the dark rock walls and brilliant ice formations creates scenes so stunning they barely look real. And for nature lovers, the Black Forest, or Schwarzwald as Germans call it, spans nearly 2,320 square miles of ancient woodland. It's the birthplace of the world-famous cuckoo clocks and served as inspiration for many of the Grimm brothers' fairy tales that American audiences grew up loving. Walking through these dense woods, you can almost feel the magic that inspired centuries of storytelling. Taking your dog for a walk in America is straightforward and simple. But in Germany, your furry friend might need official licensing to behave properly in public spaces. Enter the Hundeführerschein, or dog handler license, a comprehensive system that treats pet ownership like earning a driver's license. Before walking dogs in public areas, owners often attend structured courses and pass rigorous two-part examinations. The theoretical portion covers dog psychology, proper handling techniques in public situations, and legal responsibilities of dog ownership. Topics include understanding canine behavior, recognizing stress signals, and knowing local regulations about where dogs can and cannot go. The practical examination tests real-world obedience in busy parks, crowded streets, and unexpected situations. Dogs must demonstrate controlled behavior around children, other animals, bicycles, and loud noises. Owners must show they can manage their pets responsibly in various scenarios. Here's an interesting bonus, though. Having this official license can actually lower your dog insurance rates, creating financial incentives for responsible pet ownership. It's a clever system that encourages proper training while reducing insurance risks. According to German law, a person's gender must be clearly indicated through their name, so the government reserves the right to refuse names that don't comply with these standards. The reapplication process involves expensive bureaucratic procedures and potential legal challenges. Shops are forbidden from opening on Sundays, except for churches and essential services. If you plan to buy groceries or small items on Sunday, you'll need to change your plans because most German shopping centers remain completely closed. Germans consider Sunday a sacred day of rest and quiet reflection. Intentionally making loud noises can result in neighbor complaints to police, with fines reaching up to $1,630. The next prohibition challenges people who struggle with punctuality. Germans have a famous saying, "Punctuality is the politeness of kings." The general rule states that arriving 5 minutes early is better than arriving even 1 minute late. This applies especially to construction workers and professionals who refuse to work even 1 extra minute beyond scheduled hours. Finally, there's the prohibition against downloading pirated movies, enforced with shocking financial consequences. Germany takes copyright protection extremely seriously, and identifying downloaders isn't difficult because routers record all MAC addresses and local IP addresses of connected devices. But there's something even more unique about German architecture that will make you question everything you know about elevators. Germany is home to a type of elevator that leaves many visitors completely stunned and slightly terrified. It has no buttons, no doors, and never stops moving. The Paternoster is an old-school, continuously rotating lift system with one side going up and the other side going down, like a vertical merry-go-round that operates all day long. You don't have to leap dramatically like in action movies. Just step calmly into a cabin while it glides by slowly at about 1 foot per second. The experience feels like stepping into a time machine, vintage and magical, representing engineering from a completely different era. Once common throughout the 20th century, Germany had over 250 Paternosters in public buildings, universities, and government offices. Today, only a few dozen remain operational, like in Berlin's Ministry for Economic Affairs and Hamburg's City Hall. These are nostalgic relics still functioning daily, beloved by Germans who consider them part of national memory and architectural heritage. Germans loved these elevators so much that they successfully resisted laws attempting to ban them for safety reasons, arguing that Paternosters represent irreplaceable cultural artifacts. The elevators have become tourist attractions in their own right. Wondering what happens when a cabin reaches the top floor? It literally flips upside down and continues traveling, creating a complete loop. So if you stay inside too long, you'll experience a full 360-degree rotation. The mechanical engineering required to make this work safely is absolutely incredible. Would you dare ride a Paternoster all the way around for the complete loop experience? Let us know in the comments below. You'll often see women in Germany dressed in business suits, sneakers, and backpacks casually cruising on bikes through city streets. They skip heavy makeup but still radiate confidence and charm in a way that's uniquely German. These women are fiercely independent financially, professionally, and personally. They speak their minds directly and expect equal respect, not someone to rescue them or handle everything for them. Romantically, German women might seem reserved at first, but once they open up, they're incredibly loyal, serious, and committed partners. If they're interested in you, they might ask you out for coffee or suggest seeing a movie together, and they'll even text first after the date. Even in relationships, German women prefer splitting the bill for everything. Dinner, movies, even vacations. This isn't about being cheap or unfriendly. It's about maintaining independence and equality in relationships. At night in Berlin, you'll see German women strolling in simple yet stylish outfits, heading to bars or clubs with complete confidence. Since Berlin is the techno capital of Europe, don't be surprised if you find them dancing until dawn, but always responsibly and without unnecessary drama. They might start conversations with strangers, buy drinks for people they find interesting, or invite someone to dance. But here's the thing. It's just their way of being friendly and social, not necessarily romantic interest. But there's something even more surprising about German culture that most visitors never expect, and it involves a beach that's become legendary for reasons you probably can't imagine. Located off the North Sea, Sylt isn't just another luxurious island getaway. It's home to Buni 16, Germany's most legendary FKK beach, which stands for Freikörperkultur or no-clothes culture. Within just a few steps, you can transition from fully clothed sunbathers to a completely clothing-optional zone where everyone from high society elites to regular families relax in total freedom. What's fascinating is that visitors receive a friendly code of conduct guide from beach patrols to ensure mutual respect, something that American tourists find surprisingly well organized. Sylt also hosts FKK surfing competitions that draw participants from Germany, the Netherlands, and Scandinavia. The sight of people surfing completely naturally while maintaining athletic focus, competitive spirit creates a unique cultural experience that exists nowhere else in the world. FKK culture isn't limited to Sylt either. You'll find it in city parks, lake meadows, summer campgrounds, and saunas where going natural is completely normal and socially accepted. For many visitors, this represents a serious culture shock, but it's one they rarely forget. The openness and body positivity that Germans display challenge many preconceptions about European culture and personal freedom. Now we're moving into a topic that may surprise you. While many jobs in Germany are strictly regulated, there is one profession that is fully legal and provides benefits and protections for those involved. Often called intimate services, this work has existed for centuries and is formally recognized under German law, with rules designed to ensure safety and fairness. Workers receive health insurance, unemployment benefits, and legal protections similar to other professions. After legalization, the workforce in this field tripled, creating a regulated system with licensing in designated areas. Some cities even provide training programs with official certification, and the city of Bonn introduced a ticket system that workers must use to operate legally. Those without proper documentation face fines or work bans. Today, around 300,000 people are employed in this industry, generating about $16.3 billion annually, with thousands more joining temporarily during major events like Euro 2024. If you walk down a German street and see people relaxing on the grass or swimming in lakes without wearing typical beach clothing, it is part of a long-standing cultural practice called Freikörperkultur, or FKK. This tradition reflects a natural approach to the human body and is considered healthy by many Germans. Physical appearance is irrelevant. Confidence and comfort are valued. Germany also has unique gestures for counting. To indicate one item, raise your thumb. For two, raise your thumb and index finger, rather than the index and middle fingers used in the United States. The middle finger has a completely different meaning in German culture. Another distinct practice is their advanced recycling system. Bottles and cans are treated as money rather than trash. At supermarkets, Pfandautomat machines accept empties and return up to 25 cents each, which can be spent immediately. This system keeps cities clean and encourages recycling. German greetings also involve more physical closeness than some visitors expect, often including cheek kisses rather than just handshakes. Even workplace culture reflects this openness, with beer sometimes served during breaks or meetings, provided employees remain responsible. But wait until you hear about some of the strangest competitions on the planet that happen nowhere else but Germany. Germany hosts unusual competitions that highlight creativity and celebrate the unexpected. One is finger wrestling in Bavaria, where two opponents hook fingers in a leather ring and attempt to pull each other across a table. Also in Bavaria is the World Big Nose Championship, where contestants must have noses at least 4 centimeters wide or 6 centimeters long for men, and 5 centimeters long for women. Winners are chosen based on combined length and width, and participants often try creative methods to enhance size. One Austrian competitor once admitted to drinking large amounts of beer and smoking excessively to qualify but still lost to a Dutch rival. Those with large noses and impressive beards can enter the Beard Olympics at Eeging AMC. Categories range from styled to natural beards, and past champions have shaped facial hair into sculptures such as the Brandenburg Gate and the London Eye. The Pumpkin Festival in Ludwigsburg displays about 500,000 pumpkins. Its highlight is a race using hollowed-out 100-kilogram pumpkins as boats. Finally, the plastic duck race on the Neckar River features 7,000 ducks annually. The first duck to cross the finish line wins €10,000, roughly $10,900. But there's something even more fascinating about German consumer culture that might change how you think about shopping. Which of these German competitions would you be most excited or shocked to watch in person? Finger wrestling, the Big Nose Championship, the Beard Olympics, the Pumpkin Boat Race, or the Plastic Duck Race? Let us know why. In Germany, shopping secondhand is more than saving money or helping the environment. It is a popular lifestyle embraced across all social classes. From professors to artists to wealthy families, many enjoy hunting for vintage pieces that no one else owns. Flea markets, known as Flohmarkt, are weekend traditions in cities like Berlin, Munich, and Hamburg. Berlin's Mauer Park Flea Market alone draws over 40,000 visitors weekly, turning the event into a cultural gathering rather than a simple market. People spend hours browsing vintage clothes, antique furniture, rare books, and collectibles. Secondhand finds are displayed with pride. A retro chair or old leather jacket signals good taste, sustainability, and love for unique items. The older the find, the greater the respect. Surveys show nearly 60% of Germans buy secondhand at least once or twice per year, with about 1/3 of people under 30 especially drawn to vintage fashion. Germany also has free boxes where locals leave books, clothes, and household items for others to take freely, reflecting values of sharing and waste reduction. Once divided by a 96-mile concrete wall that separated families for decades, Berlin now represents a city of striking contrasts and cultural diversity. East Berliners are often more reserved, while West Berliners tend to be more expressive, yet all are known for refreshingly direct communication. Home to more than 180 nationalities, Berlin ranks among Europe's most multicultural cities, blending languages, cuisines, and traditions. Highlights include the Brandenburg Gate, a powerful symbol of reunification, and Christmas markets that attract millions of visitors each year with traditional crafts and festive food. By day, Berlin offers world-class museums and historic neighborhoods perfect for strolling and coffee breaks. By night, it becomes a global party capital. Clubs like Berghain, celebrated for electronic music, operate from Friday night through Monday morning, offering up to 72 hours of non-stop events. Despite this intense nightlife, Berlin maintains a free-spirited, creative personality, balancing historical depth with modern energy that appeals equally to history lovers, artists, and partygoers. But there's something about German workplace culture that might make you seriously consider relocating. In Germany, a policy called Beschäftigungsverbot, or employment ban, protects pregnant women from workplace risks. With just a doctor's signature, expectant mothers can stop working entirely or partially without needing employer approval or lengthy paperwork. During this period, they continue receiving 100% of their average salary from the previous 6 months, ensuring no financial penalty for prioritizing health. The policy is strict. Even remote work or virtual meetings are not allowed unless a doctor explicitly approves them. A 2023 survey found 83% of German women felt reassured knowing they could stop working immediately if health concerns arose. Since Germany strengthened this policy in 2018, pregnancy-related workplace incidents have fallen by 35%. Interestingly, 41% of German men in the same survey wished for a similar stress verbot to address general workplace stress, highlighting the country's strong worker protections and focus on well-being. Do you think other countries should adopt a policy like Germany's Beschäftigungsverbot, where pregnant employees can stop working with full pay if a doctor sees health risks? Why or why not? Germany may be internationally known for its serious, orderly reputation, but it's also home to one of Europe's most entertaining winter festivals where engineers, craftsmen, and even university professors race downhill in completely homemade sleds. Schlittenrennen, a traditional sled racing festival dating back to the 19th century. Today, these races take place in regions like Bavaria, the Black Forest, and Harz Mountains, with each location adding its own unique twist to the competition. The sleds themselves represent pure creativity unleashed. Participants build racing vehicles from bathtubs, living room couches, beer crates, and even giant pizza replicas. Some sleds stretch 15 feet long and are decorated like parade floats designed for snow instead of streets. Besides speed competitions, organizers award prizes for best design, funniest moment, most creative concept, and even most spectacular wipeout. The combination of engineering creativity and willingness to look ridiculous creates an atmosphere of pure joy and community celebration. It genuinely surprises many tourists to see Germans, normally perceived as strict and formal, completely letting loose and having uninhibited fun in the snow. Watching a university professor race downhill on a flying couch while wearing a superhero costume challenges every stereotype about German seriousness. Let's explore the culinary treasures that define German food culture, starting with bratwurst, the grilled sausage that's become an international icon of German cuisine. What makes this fascinating is how each region has developed its own distinctive variation, from tiny Nuremberg sausages served with tangy sauerkraut to long, smoky Thüringer sausages or slim frankfurters that inspired American hot dogs. Germans consume hundreds of millions of bratwurst annually, and you'll smell them sizzling at virtually every fair, festival, or street market across the country. The aroma of grilled sausages has become synonymous with German celebration and community gathering. Another absolute favorite is schnitzel, featuring breaded, crispy pork or veal cutlets that represent comfort food at its finest. This seemingly simple dish appears everywhere from humble neighborhood diners to upscale restaurants, typically paired with crispy golden fries and fresh green salad. The combination is both familiar and surprisingly addictive to international visitors. If you visit Bavaria, don't miss the legendary Schweinschacks, a massive crispy pork knuckle that's become a symbol of hearty German cuisine. Served with traditional sauerkraut and fluffy bread dumplings, it's so beloved that Oktoberfest alone serves tons of pork knuckles every year to enthusiastic festival goers. No German meal feels complete without a Brezel, the iconic soft pretzel that's crispy on the outside and perfectly fluffy inside. It pairs beautifully with cold beer or grilled sausages, representing the perfect combination of simple ingredients transformed into something magical through traditional baking techniques. Germany hosts the world's only unlimited speed highway system without tolls, known as the Autobahn, spanning about 13,000 kilometers. Speed enthusiasts can legally drive at extremely high velocities, though limits of around 130 kilometers per hour apply in urban areas or on dangerous curves for safety. Roads remain smooth thanks to frequent resurfacing with fresh asphalt. Despite the freedom, safety debates continue. Critics cite accident risks and carbon emissions, while supporters highlight data showing fewer crashes than on restricted roads. A dramatic incident in 2009 saw 259 cars collide in heavy rain, requiring 340 rescue workers and costing about $1,635,000 to clear. Germany is also home to Spurhausstrasse in Reutlingen, recognized by Guinness World Records as the narrowest street on Earth. It is less than 4 meters long and averages 40 centimeters wide, narrowing to just 31 centimeters. Anyone taller than 188 centimeters must crouch to pass beneath a low water pipe. Locals joke that anyone who squeezes through has a perfectly standard body shape, though wider visitors risk getting stuck. Germany hosts some of the world's most distinctive celebrations that showcase the country's cultural diversity and love for community gathering. First up is Carnival, Germany's most famous winter celebration that runs from November until Lent, transforming cities like Cologne, Mainz, and Dusseldorf into massive outdoor performance stages. Locals dress as fairy tale characters, historical figures, or completely wacky costumes that demonstrate incredible creativity and humor. The festivals feature elaborate parades, candy throwing, communal singing, and dancing that continues for days. But with its infectious energy and community spirit, Germans often call Carnival the fifth season of the year. Then there's the Mittelalter Fantasy Spectaculum, Europe's largest medieval fantasy festival, where attendees dress in authentic knight armor, wizard robes, and noble gowns, recreating a vivid medieval world complete with sword-fighting demonstrations, traditional folk music, and handmade crafts that transport visitors back centuries. For ocean lovers, don't miss Kielerwasche, the world's largest sailing event held in the port city of Kiel. This incredible festival draws over 3 million visitors annually, offering thrilling boat races, international music festivals, bustling street fairs, and spectacular fireworks displays that light up the harbor. Living in Germany offers high quality of life at lower cost than much of America or Western Europe. As of 2025, renting a one-bedroom apartment in central Berlin or Munich averages about $1,200 monthly, dropping to $900 in suburban areas. Utilities including electricity, water, heating, and trash collection cost around $200, and high-speed internet ranges from $35 to $50. Groceries for one person average $350 to $450 monthly, while casual restaurant meals cost $12 to $20. Public transportation is inexpensive, with monthly passes around $60. Gym memberships range from $35 to $50, and dental visits cost $80 to $120. Altogether, one person spends roughly $2,000 per month, including housing, food, and transport. Americans may stay up to 90 days in Germany visa-free within the Schengen area. Longer stays require a national visa for work, study, or residence. We've just uncovered 20 surprising facts about Germany that reveal a country far more complex and fascinating than most people realize. From fairy tale castles that inspired Disney to bizarre competitions involving finger wrestling and giant noses, Germany proves that even the most organized societies harbor incredible creativity and humor. What surprised you most about Germany? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.